This video explores the 4 components of the porn rut and explains how rewiring the brain through godly habits offers hope for breaking porn addiction. Notice Sam's emphasis on approaches that combine psychological, neurological, and spiritual perspectives to help individuals overcome pornography addiction and find freedom and renewal. When someone is in trouble, we may, upon discovering their distress, need to be ready to use CPR. Let's hear what Sam says about that.
Proverbs 4:23 warns us, "Keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flow springs of life." Proverbs provides the imagery of flowing water out of a spring. The spring is our heart, and our hearts and brains go together. Our spiritual selves and our thinking selves are intertwined. For as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Proverbs 23:7. Jesus taught us in Luke 6:45 that when you store good stuff in your heart, your mind thinks of good things. Conversely, when people look at porn, sexual fantasy exacts control over their thoughts. The problem is that a person's spring has been poisoned over time. Many people you serve were exposed to pornography when they were young. Their brains got turned on, and little by little, over time, they returned to porn, further poisoning the well. This repetition caused their hearts to crave and lust for porn, and they felt stuck, searching and seeking pornography even while they are begging for freedom. Surrounding dynamics, such as the fear of being caught, release adrenaline, which make the porn experiences even more exciting. With time and repetition, neural pathways caused by porn behavior become deeply rooted and are expressed in a way a person thinks about porn and the emotions they feel about porn. The lies about porn seem true because they are etched into what I call the porn rut. The 4 parts of the porn rut are common clinical terms that are part of all compulsive behaviors. And the first part of the porn rut is sensitization. This simply means a person has become very sensitive to pornographic cues. It doesn't take much of a trigger for them to seek out porn. A superhighway is connected to the reward circuitry. This superhighway has many entrance ramps. Sexual cues are seen everywhere, and sexual fantasizing becomes very easy. The second is triggers, which are prompts that lead to pornography. Now, a smoker is often triggered to smoke when they drink a cup of coffee or after a meal, but they are also triggered to smoke when stressed or sad. These same kinds of cues push a struggler towards porn use. I use the acronym SEE. It reminds us that triggers can be social, emotional, or environmental. Triggers ignite emotions or temptations that drive a person toward pornography. Some triggers are learned through repetitive experiences. Dopamine flows easily in response to learned pornographic triggers that drive a person to act out. Some triggers are emotional in nature and make a person struggle with feelings from which they might want to escape. The third part of the porn rut is desensitization. Most porn users find they need a greater amount or more intense porn to activate a state of arousal. After seeing the same porn or same kinds of porn, the brain releases less dopamine. To escape this desensitization, people expand their pornographic taste to more novel stimuli. Varied forms of sex mixed with force, violence, humiliation are now fused into today's pornographic scripts. This desensitization is a major reason many addicts say porn will take you places you never thought you'd go, things that you thought were disgusting. They might lead you to do things you never thought you would do and pay a price that you never wanted to pay. Compulsiveness is the final part of the porn rut. And many porn users feel focused on accessing porn even when a big part of them is saying, "Don't do this." Even when negative consequences seem imminent, their impulse control is too weak to battle the cravings. With repetition over time, strong neural pathways have been established to the pleasure centers of the brain. And these neural pathways are sensitive to pornographic triggers. Meanwhile, the decision-making part of the brain, the prefrontal cortex, has said yes to porn so many times it's weak in saying no. The good news is that God designed our brains for renewal. Through seeking godly, exciting, and healthy habits instead of pursuing porn, our brains can be rewired to defeat the temptations of pornography.